I need coffee first before I do anything. Okay, we're back. Okay, so I just got out of the shower and I made some coffee, and now I'm gonna be doing my makeup with you all, obviously. Ignore that in the background, that's an unfinished art project. Hi guys. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, for today's video, we're going to be doing another entry of the Lonely Girl series. Episode 2, that's 4. Episode 2. And yeah, so today I wanted to talk about self-confidence and yeah. I just wanted to talk about confidence, like the idea of being confident, because I feel like I've been like very like internal and like thinking about it a lot, and also like I had a bad day yesterday, kind of ish. It wasn't really a bad day, it was just like kind of a bad moment, and I was like, you know what, I want to talk about it because fuck it, you know? So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today as I'm doing my makeup, because I have class at 11, so I need to get my like life together a little bit. But yeah, so let's just hop on in. Put you guys a little bit lower because I don't like it being so like, you know. Also, look, I got more stickers for my laptop. I'm so actually excited because I'm gonna put like a bunch and start layering them so it looks like a case. I'm excited about that. I'm freezing. Oh my god, it's been warm out lately and it's like my little body can't take it. Vitamins. Vitamins, take them. You'll regret it if you don't. Confidence. It's pretty much, you know that episode of Euphoria? Referencing Euphoria. Like for real, there's an episode in Euphoria where it's like Maddie talking to Lexi, I think, yeah, Lexi, about confidence. It's like a flashback before like Lexi like does the play. If you haven't seen it, watch it. We're almost gonna be on season 3, guys, and I don't want to spoil it, but yeah. So anyways, Lexi's a character that struggles with confidence, and I didn't know her and Maddie were as close as they were, and so when they showed that, that was like really cool. But the whole point that I'm bringing this up is more in the sense that Maddie brings up how confidence is like fake, and it's kind of just like this made up thing that no one really knows if it exists or if it is like completely not like actually a thing. Because like everybody brings up the whole term fake it till you make it and all that, which is very true, in my opinion at least. Basically, what I'm getting at is that confidence is kind of like whatever you think it is. Like we all have different versions of what perfect is, and all of our vision or ideas of like the term confidence are going to be different too. Some people associate confidence with like being bold or being assertive or being like very calm in like situations that most people wouldn't be calm in. So like there's very different angles you could go about it, because also some people think that being calm means you're timid, and you know, so it's like it's either or, you know, like that's what I'm trying to get at, and hopefully that makes sense. My whole thing with confidence, that word, is that I feel like it's just to mean that you are okay with being uncomfortable, and you're okay to say whatever you have like in your mind. And this just goes from like my whole journey with confidence, because it's gonna be completely different for everyone. But at least for me, it's like being sure of yourself in the sense of you just you act on your moral compass, or you just act on your own wavelength. Like, you're not trying to accommodate or change for anyone else. You just kind of like do you, and those who get it, and those who don't. And that kind of like, I feel like ups your vibrational state as well, because it just makes you more attractive. Because, like, not even attractive in like a romantic sense, we're not talking just about that, we're talking about like, it makes you just open to the things that are meant for you, because you state to God, the gods and goddesses, the universe, whoever you believe in, you state like, this is what I'm about. Send it out. Full send. Like, you know what I mean? So basically that's what I'm like getting at when I say that. And yeah, so it's not really about like just a surface level of that, but also I feel like it goes into surface level things. Like, if you are sure of yourself and you're okay with having others, and I mean like the uncomfortability part, like having others not understand you, because that shit, that can be a lot sometimes. I have known that feeling of like being the odd one out, and that sucks, but also it does protect you and puts you in the right crowd of the people who get it, and then weeds out the people that don't, and then it just doesn't fuck with you in the long run. Like, thinking about it, because I am like kind of like looking for love, you know what I mean? I was gonna play like looking for love in all the wrong places, but I don't think I really am. But I felt like, I don't know, I had like kind of like a epiphany kind of type thing yesterday, where I was like wow, I was like, I like sat there with myself and I was like, wow, I just wish that like I could like, because I have days where, and like I mean like this is where confidence isn't like a real thing, is because I literally had a day yesterday where I was like so just stressed like for no reason. Like, I literally sat there and I was like, bitch, like, chill out. Like, it's not that deep. Life is not that deep. And yeah, so like, I was uncomfortable, and most of the times when I'm uncomfortable, I just kind of like tell myself like, embrace the uncomfortability. But like, for this, I was a little bit more like, no. You know, the world's ending. I'm not gonna wake up tomorrow like, I don't know, or I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and it's gonna be a bigger problem, and it's not a problem at all, actually, and it resolved itself. So you know what I mean? So basically, I like kind of caught myself slipping a little bit, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna do that, and we're going to kind of hop off that reeling of intrusive thoughts and go more into why was this good for me? And why was it beneficial for me to stand my ground? The more you can just push your authenticity, the more and more it'll attract what's meant for you. Which is a crazy concept, because I was thinking about it and we can even relate it to, like, let me give you an example. We can relate it to, let's just say, me doing YouTube. Probably, not gonna lie, when I first started and like I did a lot of videos, it was in middle school, and I used to get made fun of quite a lot for it. And like, I mean, like, people would bring it up in class, like my videos, and it would just be very embarrassing, because I felt like online was more of like an open realm for me when I was like growing up, and having like others that were from my school watching it kind of like made me feel bad, you know what I mean? Like, about something I was creating, even though I was having a lot of fun doing it. But yeah, so that brought up a lot of like me like second guessing myself. And again, I'm not saying it's perfect now, but it's definitely better. But yeah, so like, if I, like, let's just say, like now, let's just say I, like, now being an adult, if I had somebody say like, you do YouTube, that's like weird, you know, and like gave me that whole thing when really it's not. It's just another form of creative expression. I would literally look at them and just like literally just walk away. Not even laugh, just walk away, because hun, it's not your life, you know, you shouldn't be talking on someone else's thing. Like, really? You're gonna waste all your energy talking about me? That says a lot about you. Let's just say somebody's like, ew, YouTube. That just shows me right away that they're not a match. Like, of friends, of romantic things, or anything like that. Like, they're not a match. So why are you here? Exit gracefully. Like, you know? So that's basically what I'm trying to say, is that life, you're gonna always be thrown different energies and different people. And I don't know his last name, but he's on here. His name's like Leo something. He does a podcast that I like listen to, and it like really like just helps, because it's somebody that's like is so unapologetically himself. And I don't mean in the sense of like, he's just himself, and if you're yourself and you're not hurting anyone, then just be yourself, you know? And I just think that younger me would have really appreciated that, and that's why I'm like wanting to make this type of video talking about this, because I think a lot of people, especially in like society now with like social media and stuff, I feel like a lot of people just like hide like anything that's like wrong or deemed wrong with them, and it like makes me mad. Like like, where's the authenticity? Like, just show me you. And I get it, like, you gotta get to know someone and all that jazz, but like, it's just silly to like just be so like uptight. And I don't know, I found myself in that uptightness, like that anxious feeling yesterday, and I just like sat back and I was like, so what's making me uncomfortable? And I literally talked to Amelia last night, talked to 3 other people, and like my friends got my back. Like, shit, like, you know, like I don't know what I would do without them. It's just nice to like, you know, and like you will find people that understand like you, but you have to continue pushing your authentic self, regardless of if that authentic self changes, because we are ever changing, ever evolving human beings. We just have to keep it pushing. Just gotta keep it pushing, you know, man? And I think that like every day is always gonna be like, there's gonna be a new challenge, there's gonna be a new like thing in the way or not in the way, depending on how you look at it. There's always gonna be something new that's gonna be thrown at you. I just have areas in my life that I need to be more okay with being uncomfortable, because uncomfortability usually leads to a result. And if you're never uncomfortable, you're never gonna get a result, and you're always gonna be left with not knowing what the possible outcome of something could have been. So that's my lesson, for me at least. And yeah, like that's just definitely one thing I wanted to bring up today, is because confidence it's just fake. It's literally fake. Like they say fake it till you make it, and it genuinely is, because like I said, referring to the beginning of this video, it's what you deem confident. So let's just say I already said like what I deem confident is just being like kind of more sure of yourself and just like a willing to just stand in the uncomfortability of having somebody not understand you. So, okay, wait, I can give another example on this. So I'm a dancer. We all know this. Look at my bruises. I have like matching ones from like my training this past weekend. I had someone come up to me and I kid you not, I shit you not. He came up to me and he was like I knew him from like one of my like classes like last semester, so I like see occasionally. I have a small campus. It's like, okay, you know pretty much everyone you see, or you know familiar faces. And this guy comes up and he's like just starts a conversation and he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, you know, like whatever. And literally getting my food. Like I was literally getting lunch. So he's like, so like why dance? And I like looked at him and I was like, come again? Because it just was such a weird question in my head. And he was like why dance? Like why? Like what's the goal here? Like basically meaning like dance isn't like a successful life path. So I was like, well, yeah. And he's like, well, I don't really understand why become a dance major. He's like, I don't really think there's anything you can do with it. And I was like, so that kind of like, before I like said anything, I was gonna just be like, ha ha ha, like, you know, I'm just dancing, and like just not really like avoid the confrontation, rather than just be like, well, it is, and come off like mean, or come off more in a sense that he wasn't gonna get, because I think it was trying to be like more of like a teasing thing. And I was like, okay, I'm not about this, you know what I mean? So I just looked at him and I was like, I don't really understand what you mean. And I was like, it's the whole point is for me to get on like a company or something after school, you know, like get a job, become a backup dancer or something like that, because dancers have multiple forms of income. And I started like trying to go into it, and he just kept pushing his agenda, like, well, like I don't think this is like really a thing. And this just goes to show that you will get thrown with different energies, and that is something that kind of fluctuates how you feel about yourself, because how you react sends a silent message to you of how you react to things like this, like not so positive things or very positive things. It shows a very big sense of you to you. You get what I'm putting down? Like kind of stopped myself within a moment, and I like kind of looked around, and I was like, you know, I don't need to like respond right away. And he's like, well, like really? Like he's like, come on, like tell me the goal, like egging me on. And I like looked at him and I was just like, if you're trying to say that this isn't a true career path, then we don't even need to be talking about this, because dance is a true career path. It's like saying dance isn't a sport. Like, miss me with that BS, you know what I mean? So I just kind of like said that, and then I like started walking away, and then he kept following me, and then finally I just kept ignoring him afterwards, because I was like, I said my piece. I said exactly what I was gonna say. I didn't say it in a mean way, but I did say it in a harsher tone, or a more assertive tone, because I'm confident in dance. I'm confident that I will get a job and will continue my dance career for however long I want to. It's like I'm confident with all of my creative endeavors, because there's something that I put my time, effort, and energy, meaning I know I will get a result. Depending on how fast that result is or not, I know I will get a result, because I'm doing what I'm doing for a reason, you know? And I'm sure of that, you know? And I don't think that that's a bad thing. And I just thought it was really like, wow, you know, shocking that somebody would still like, an energy would be thrown at me like that. And it just shows you also that these are going to be unexpected, meaning you always have to constantly keep yourself mentally in check in like a positive way, to make sure that like you're checking in with yourself before, you know, before interactions. Journal, meditate, something. Self check in with yourself before you kind of get on social media, or, you know, like do the stuff in the morning or something, or do it at night before you go to bed. Like do something to be with yourself, to make sure you still know who you are and you're not being influenced or sending bad messages to yourself because you're just trying to avoid a problem and avoid like a debate or an argument or something. But yeah, that was definitely a big one. For real, I don't know, the older and older I get, I'm like, wow, this is my one life. My one life, this is it. So, I know I'm only 20, but like, bro, like, I just be looking and I'm just like, okay, well, we gotta keep going, keep it pushing. And even when I feel like sad, like yesterday, I was like, no. I was like, there's healthy means of coping. There's healthy means of coping. There's healthy senses of bringing yourself back to yourself. Sometimes a lot of people like to be alone. Other times talking to people that know you, recenters yourself. Like, it's a balancing act. It's always gonna be the scales, you know? That's coming from a Libra. Let me give you another example. So let's even say Maddie from Euphoria. Love her, literally love the character so much. I think she's a bad bitch. She kind of, like, you can tell, like, she goes through a lot of crap, like, in her realm of, like, things. So she has, like, an abusive boyfriend, like a very toxic love, you know, thing. And that really, like, leads to a lot of her confidence being kind of killed a little bit and reformed, I think, because at first she had, like, this kind of confidence that was centered around a different source rather than the source of herself. So it didn't come from her internal self-worth. It didn't come from that. It came from what her boyfriend Nate thought of her. See how she finally is just like done and she moves on. And you see like this very bright, happy side, like this future of like Maddie. And like then like looking back on how she talked to Lexi about confidence, Lexi literally does a play and was just like, no. She took control and she said everything exactly the way she wanted to. And she owned that shit. She was like, I'm making a play about all of the shit that I've seen go on. And guess what? She did. And she got a lot of shit for it, but she did. And I think that Maddie was a big influence in that because Maddie like dealt with all of that, and then Maddie was like, you know what, I am literally too good. My self-worth, like myself, means more to me than the validation that I could get from others, because that dwindles. I really want you guys to get like what I'm putting down. Like my whole journey with confidence has always been like up and down, but that's how it is for everyone. And yesterday was just like a moment of me being like, wow, I cannot human today. And then I was like, no. I did something that was out of my comfort zone last night, and then I was like, that really like set me off after a whole day's worth of like feeling like I just wasn't. It's like when you know something, and you know like how to do it, but you can't do it. Like there's something stopping you, like your brain body isn't connecting. So that's how I felt yesterday, and I think that it just was like a moment. So I'm gonna do my mascara and maybe do a lip, I don't know, and I'll come back to you when I'm done. I'm back with the final look. Ooh, I changed my shirt, so I'm gonna put this flannel on because it matches the pink. We love matching. But yeah, so that's it. I hope that this video helped you in some way. Confidence is what we create, what we exude, what we deem confident. And honestly, what I'm just trying to give away to you guys is just that it's who you are. Just be confident in yourself, and if you're not hurting anyone, then you're doing everything to your abilities that you possibly can. And it's okay to have bad days, and that doesn't mean that that takes all of that confidence that you've worked on all away. It just means that you're having a bad moment. But yeah, so like I said, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you want to see more of my content. And yeah, follow me on my other social medias if you like want to. And yeah, I really hope that you guys have a beautiful day or night or wherever you are. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.